Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys.
Even like a hot teacher, bro.
Yeah.
Just thinking like, imagine if they liked me.
Yeah.
Do they like me? Crazy, bro. I was in love with at least like 3.
Yeah.
Thinking that this like 25-year-old hot woman is going to like me, 13.
Yeah, it's
What is wrong with me,
it
bro?
is so absurd.
Fucking freak.
G'day guys and welcome back to yet another episode of the Jamo and Dylan Show. Today is episode 248. Different scenery today for us. We are back. We have come back down to the dungeon. It's just like the podcast's home.
Yeah.
And our camera should be good quality. Should be 4K resolution for you guys on YouTube. Shout out to the people on YouTube. It's been blowing up the last few weeks.
It's been going well. Everything's been going well, except the listens. The listens are a bit down.
Yeah. So across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, our last month has been brilliant.
Yep.
Been incredibly
Elite.
happy. Thanks to Fraser King. We'll get onto him in a minute. Well, about halfway through, actually. So if you have friends who haven't listened for a while, get them back involved. There's fun things coming.
People on our back, mate.
Yeah, people on our back.
God.
About the listens.
Annoying.
But that's fine. We grind through it. We work hard. We spent some time with Rogdill.
We did, and it was great.
It was. We went on a night out for Grace's 22nd.
Yes.
Got
Good
the gang
night.
together. It was a mix of her friends and our friends, and it was a good night.
We had me, Jared, and Rog and Carly at Rog's for Prees, and we absolutely smoked them in beer pong.
Yep.
Obviously, Rog was talking a big game before, right? We play a little 6-cup 1-on-1. Rog beats me,
Okay.
and I was pretty hurt because I was leading the whole game,
Yep.
and then he hit a 2-cup, and it bounced, hit one, and then he got me at the end, and I was pretty disappointed, you know. The crowd getting in my ear, but I thought I'm going to back myself. Like, I am better than this man. We played doubles. Like I said, me and Carly wiped the floor, like lights out shooting, bro.
And this is the one that when you told me, I was shocked.
We had 5 cups left, bro. Like, we were hitting the same cup. Like, it was unreal. So I said to Rug, I said, never speak to me again, bro.
Yeah.
Then me and him replayed. You know, got down to 1 cup each, and I just clutched up and he couldn't.
Yep.
So
2-1 for you on the night.
then we left and I was over the moon.
You were.
Yeah, I really was, bro.
Yeah. And we had a little bit of fun with the horse races last week.
This was Saturday before before we got to see Paradiso. This added to the energy of the 3 of us.
So as you guys know, we work with Neds and we do a multi every week for the racing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, I've grown up around racing, not directly involved, but Dad loves it. There's some stuff up
Yeah,
there.
your dad loves it.
So I was explaining this to you earlier. It's like I've got fetal alcohol syndrome, but through racing. So like, even though I've never been directly involved, just through being around Dad, I've like been drip fed all of this stuff over the years. And I decided to put the, I guess, general knowledge I have to the test. So I firstly backed our same race multi from Ned's last week.
Yep, and it came through.
It came through. And I got you boys on board for that. And you all clutched up within like a 3-4 minute period.
I think I put it on with like 20 seconds, but I had to quickly pull over. Yeah.
I was at the gym actually, and I would have looked like an absolute gambling addict, even though I don't do it that often.
Yep.
I was watching a race in between my set, and I was like, wow, well, we're going to win, we won. And I would have looked like an addict celebrating too.
And it was exciting.
And then the Oracle, which is what I've been nicknamed from yourself, and this started last year.
Around November-ish. It was on
Yeah.
the horse racing day that we went with Rog to Ascot, I believe. Yeah.
So we were there at Ascot.
And you were
horse
hitting
racing.
a few.
Yeah, hitting a few, and you nicknamed me the Oracle. And that basically means you can tell the future.
Yeah,
you can see the
Little
future.
crystal ball,
Yeah.
some purple colours involved. That's just how I see it in my head.
Yeah. So basically that's what my nickname was. And then it's just gone silent over the whole year because we haven't been back to
We're
the
not big
races.
betters in general
we're not.
as well.
Although it can be fun in moderation.
Yeah.
Gamble responsibly.
Chances are you're about to lose.
Yes. Anyway, so
Not us.
we had little cheeky punts and we won 3 out of 4.
Yeah, great hit rate. You know, I think I was up maybe like 110.
Yep.
And then you were up, in the 2 to 3s maybe?
Yeah,
I think
maybe 250.
And then Rog put 100 down on one of Jamo's bet and hit, and he got 350 back. So Rob Newell was up by quite a lot.
He
too.
kind of tapped out after that though. He didn't go.
Fair. That's fair when you
definitely.
when you punt big and win big. Yeah,
definitely. And we're back this weekend, aren't we?
we are, mate.
We are. So 6-a-side update. Played last night. Very sore, very injured, very hurt.
Yeah, you were hobbling when you opened the door today.
Yeah, but it's fine. We move on. The Offenders Army are up and about. Round 1, we had a grading last week.
Mm-hmm.
Took it easy, and then we really, really went hard last night. We won 5-3.
Yep, great victory.
The team we were against were like highly skilled, for those in Australia, NPL under-17s, right? So young, but extremely talented, and they were just running us into the ground. They had the ball for majority of the game.
Just couldn't put pressure on the scoreboard.
No, our keeper was Josh Notto. Shout out to him. He was unreal. Our whole team, we didn't have a bench because a couple of the boys couldn't play. Andrew, our mate, filled in, had a blinder, scored 1, assisted 2. I got on the score sheet 2. Also pulled my groin, and I've done something to my toe, which is getting very bruised. But that's fine. With a 7-day turnaround. We'll be fine for next week. And you know what? I'll give the boys some exposure. So I was listening to this just before we started. Blake, our captain, he's been captain for many years. This club's been around for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to pretend that it is professional sport.
Yeah.
So Blake will quite often call in with a voice message and pretend he's like on SEN or something.
Okay.
So I'll just play this for you guys. Here we go.
Welcome back to SEN. This morning it's Gary Lyon here driving you to work, and it's blistering 18 degrees here in Melbourne. Winds up towards 18 kilometres this afternoon, but more importantly, we've just opened up the iMart text line, and we're getting quite a few texts through. We'll get to those in a sec. We've got Ian on the line, Ian from Maroochydore. Ian, how are you this morning, mate? Oh, good day, Gary. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about last night in the soccer, or the football, as I like to call it. 6 Offenders, I tell you what, they're not getting as much love as I thought they would. What they did last night, Gary, was unbelievable. I think, a brand new season, first game, they've unveiled a brand new kit. They've obviously worked hard off field and even in the marketing and, memberships through the roof and all of that. And to come out with no McLaughlin in midfield and no Snowden in the back line, I think what they did against the young side last night was for me, pure professionalism. And I think that, for us, for me anyway, I think that they could go away this year. Yeah, it's well spoken there, and I think they're probably not getting the love that they should. They're certainly getting one type of love though, and plenty of texts coming through on the iMart text line about one player last night and that brand new navy kit with the gold numbers. Well, it's number 11 that's caught the eyes on Instagram and Twitter, and I tell you what, there's a fair wetting their panties over number 11 Lindsay last night, and the black undershirt, well, it's doing some things, and it did some things to my wife last night. Anyway, I've got to get going.
So that's class from Blake. He makes it like a real experience for everyone.
Yeah.
So that was good. I was in charge of getting the kits, which we did through Asia. So shout out to Asia. They got that done for us.
They do it quick. They do it well.
Yeah, it was fairly quick. We went the express option, and we got it the day before the season started. So it was really special. There'll be a formal kit, I guess, presentation next week when we have the full team back. And Andrew really enjoyed himself, and he would want more call-ups. He's not a part of the official squad, but
they're just in case.
He's there in case. I think the boys, unlike Rambo last year, who came in and had about 10 put past him.
Yep. So he doesn't get the call up?
He won't get a call up, no. But Andrew definitely put his best foot forward for future appearances. So shout out to the Offenders. We had a good start to the season, and I'll give you guys an update next week on that. Now, we're going to bring this question to you guys. This is one that I heard on Dan Does Footy, Dan Gorringe's podcast, and they did a poll as well. Now, I've found this really, really interesting. We might have even talked about it. Like, it's happened a lot with toilet conversations, with which way do you wipe, or what way do you face in the shower? So do you face towards the...
I think I face away.
Yeah, I face away too.
Yeah.
So, face away.
It depends. Like when I'm washing my face, I'll turn around, bang, But like I would say for the most part, I'm facing away.
Agreed.
Water on my back.
It's probably like 70% I'm facing away from the shower.
Is that what the common theme is or not?
Amongst the general public, yes.
Yeah.
Amongst them, no. So Dan faces the shower the whole time, and his co-host Ollie sits on the floor.
Okay, so I do that when I'm like really sad.
Yeah.
So like 2 times a year or hungover. As like
times a
really
year.
hungover, bro. I'll just sit for like
Yeah.
like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Does he do that regularly?
Yeah, like,
Like a
every,
child.
no, every time.
That's really weird.
But I think it's like 15% do it.
Sit.
Yeah. Sit in the shower.
It's not a bath, mate.
And then, that brings me on to my next point. How often do you bath?
Not often. Like if I'm at a really nice hotel, I don't really use mine at home.
Yeah.
So again, it would definitely be less than 4 times a year. in a
Mine's
bath.
once a year.
Yeah.
And
less than
it's always
3.
just like a hotel.
Some people are big bath people, but not me.
Bathe in your own filth, huh?
Did they bring that up too and do a poll or?
Nah, there was no bath
Yeah,
chat from
yeah.
memory. But I want to know from our listeners, which way do you face in the shower? Do you face, you might not even face forward or
Maybe
back.
you're facing
you might be
like
on the
sideways,
side,
yeah.
just looking at the shower wall.
Yep.
Or you can be on your side looking out your door. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
Okay, no, when you enter the shower, the door's behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, same with me. But there would be some showers that would be different.
Yes, exactly. So it depends on the sort of orientation of the shower.
So my bathroom's like long like that.
Yep.
And then
Mine's more of a square.
shower's there, door to enter's there.
Are you like more diagonal or facing or?
Like when I'm looking at the door,
Yeah.
I would just be looking. Okay, as I enter the shower,
Yeah.
the tap /
Yep.
the shower head is on
Yep.
the left.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mine's on the right when I enter the shower.
Yeah. But then if you were to shower on your side, one on door side, you could face the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That wouldn't sit well with me showering and facing the door. That would
I
be
face
weird.
like, so the door's to my left. I'm just looking ahead.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I see like there's a little window. Yeah.
But then also at Mum's place, her shower, you walk in, you walk down a bit, then it's on the left.
Nice.
So
Do you listen to stuff in the shower?
yeah, without fail.
Yeah. I never ever used to until maybe like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And now I just bring in like I have a speaker,
Yeah.
little portable speaker, it's good. And I just bring that in, pop a podcast on.
Yeah.
Usually.
I normally
Like 80% of the time, not all
Yeah.
the time, because sometimes I can't be bothered picking something. But
Yeah.
I do enjoy a bit of
mine's probably
entertainment.
80 as well, because if I'm at Grace's, I won't. Like, I'll have respect.
Yeah, I won't
for
do
the
it at
family,
Carly's, yeah.
But if I'm at home, I do it, and I'll normally my speaker. I've lost my charger, and I don't really know where it is, and it's just a shame. But I normally just put my phone full volume next to the shower.
Yep.
On a podcast, normally like a YouTube video as well.
Okay.
If I'm halfway through a video, because sometimes I'll wake up in the morning,
Yep.
watch the video that interests me the most, and then do my morning routine while it's on.
Sometimes if there's sport on that I want to watch, I have to like place my laptop like sort of on the bench or something, but then obviously it gets a bit foggy and I'm trying to watch. But like yesterday I was watching the baseball, so I had that up on the laptop and was watching that while I showered. I didn't want to miss it.
I celebrated a Southampton last minute winner in the championship last year while in the shower.
Nice, yeah.
So I had the laptop, saw that we scored, went nuts.
Or if there's like footy on, I'll
Always.
have that on. Like if I'm having afternoon shower before going out, either with the laptop or just listening to it on like AF on Triple M.
Sometimes
or some shit.
I'll put a towel on the outside of the shower on the bench, and then put my phone on top of it against the shower window
lean.
so then I can just watch it.
It's good, bro. You need a
Sometimes,
bit of entertainment.
I like doing it. Like, let's say it's Saturday night and we're heading out or something like that.
Yeah.
The game will be on my phone while I'm having a shower.
And it gets you in the mood.
Yeah.
It's a bit of hype. Like, I love it, bro. I can't go back.
And especially like sometimes the shower will be too loud or I can't actually hear what's going on, but I just like
I agree
hearing
with that.
something.
Yeah.
And it's similar to when I sleep. I can sleep with nothing, but I prefer to sleep with a podcast on.
Oh, while you're sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? And you let it play?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Grace is the same. So like
And when you wake up, is it still playing or is your phone like shut off by then?
Nah, so I just turn it on like a timer. It's called sleep timer.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll just go, okay, Theo Von, latest podcast, low volume.
Yeah.
And then it just goes for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
but
see,
I'm asleep within 10.
I need like complete silence when I sleep,
Right.
To go to bed. Like
Yeah.
just nothing. I don't want anything, bro.
See, when there's nothing, my brain is hypersensitive to like a noise.
Okay.
So then I'll struggle to sleep.
Now, like I fall asleep, it's like super quick. Hey,
Yeah.
I reckon when I go to like within 5 minutes, easy.
Yeah, that's pretty
It could be like
impressive.
3 flat.
Mine, it takes me a while.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends though. If I'm really, really tired, it's a lot easier.
So yeah, I know if I'm not asleep within sort of 10 minutes or so, that I'm going to be up for a decent amount longer, and I just do it. 1 more hour. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, what time do you go to bed usually? On average, you can just do on average, or you can, give an explanation as to why some nights are more. And what time do you wake up?
My schedule's different to the average Joe because the average Joe will normally have like a 9 to 5 type of
Yes.
schedule.
Yeah, same. I don't have that schedule
No.
either.
So I probably, on average, I'm asleep at 11:30
Yep.
and then I'm probably up at 8.
Yep. Yeah. Mine's probably, it depends whether I'm working or not. But I would say I'm always asleep, I want to say 12 to 1-ish, just because I'm a night owl. I like nighttime. I think it's more fun. And then, I want to say awake. Again, if I'm working in the morning, I have to get up at sort of 7:30. If I'm not, probably try for the 8:30.
Yeah.
For me, that's what works.
You don't
I
need
like
too
it.
much sleep.
I don't need a lot, but I still I don't mind. You do feel better rested if you can get, your 11 to 8, sort of a strong 9 hours, but I just don't want to I feel like if I go to bed early, I'm giving up on the night, bro, and I don't want to.
Sometimes I've had a few big days where I give myself the extra hour and a half sleep. There might be a day where I wake up at 9:30.
Yep.
Just because I need to feel a bit more rested, and then I feel like I can approach the next day better rather than some people say, because this works for them, not for me. They'll be like, no, if you've had a bad night, still get up early and make the most of your day. If I get my extra rest, I'll be more productive with my less time.
Some people like Rog, he's 10 o'clock, up at 6, up at 5.
Yeah, he
early
gets
riser,
max
Josh.
sleep.
But not me. Then there's Rambo, 3-4 hours a night, just living on I don't even know what,
horrible.
bro. Don't know how that boy's still alive.
Go listen and go watch our Rufus Who's Punching.
Yep,
Rufus
just released.
Rice. Yeah, just released. Like we said, the YouTube views are doing well at the moment, so let's keep that up.
It's a bit of a long Who's Punching.
It's one that you can pop on when you're having lunch or something.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too long personally.
Yeah.
But there wasn't much we can do about it. There was just a lot of content. He liked to go into it.
Yeah, the clips will be shorter.
Yeah, the clips will be shorter. He liked to go into it with the couples and explaining it. So no, it was a good experience. Still a good episode. I might have to go rewatch it because it's been a while since we actually filmed it. So I've forgotten kind of the whole app.
Jamie Hutchinson on next. Shorter and more vulgar and brutal.
For sure, bro.
But a different dynamic. And that's why we had guests. And, like we said on last week's episode, a lot of you guys were a bit iffy with having the fellas on.
That's what brings the views in.
Yeah.
What can we
it brought a
say?
lot.
It worked.
And it's good to see them again because they're good people. So
Yeah.
that was good fun.
Still working on the Proddy podcast. It's proving one of the most difficult tasks we've ever had to do, honestly.
Especially when you get left on scene.
It's rough. The files are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And, we're trying to get them at a lower sort of resolution. So they're not 100 gigs worth of files, which is just, you can't handle that.
No, especially us with my...
And the problem is, it's such a quality episode. The filming of it, we had a guy filming, the setup is elite. We just want it out.
I was just thinking, with the money we win on the weekends, I'll buy a new laptop because mine's been bad the last few weeks. Really proving difficult.
It's time. A good laptop, honestly, is life-changing. My old one sucked, and then when I got my new MacBook maybe last year, I just love it, bro. I love it.
Then also, the problem that I always have, because I'm editing such big files all the time, it's the battery life on the computer. It gets really, really hot. It overheats. Then the computer just stops working or it just slows down to the point where you can't use it. So there's times, let's say that I have a really busy weekend and I'm going to edit the potty on a Sunday night. I might start at 5. It should finish at 8, but it might take me till 2 a.m.
Particularly during summer, the temperatures are already so high that all our electronics in Australia, I'll be driving and my phone will shut down.
Yeah.
Just, it'll be, it's even with aircon on,
That would be
Say to
funny for some
overheat.
people from
Yeah.
overseas.
That happens all the time for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, I remember like accidentally leave it sort of on the dash or like where the direct sunlight's coming in and it feels, it's roasting, bro.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's roasting.
It happens to our camera too that we record on. It
Happens to our
overheats.
camera when it's not even that hot, which is worrying.
Hopefully down here it'll be better.
What can we do, you know? What can we do?
Wrestling was great as a kid, wasn't it? Watching it, enjoying it. I started the Vince McMahon documentary.
Oh, Rambo mentioned he liked it.
Yeah, I got a bit bored, to be
Yeah?
honest. Yeah, like you have to be in the mood to like sit down and listen.
Take that in.
Yeah, because I was kind of watching it and doing something at the same time and I just wasn't invested. And then there was too much like business side of it. I just didn't care as much. I just wanted to hear about all the nasty stuff that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rambo
Can be a
liked it.
brutal industry.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
I've watched other things, even Iron Claw, that Efron
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that like really showed how
I liked
demanding it was on people's bodies and whatnot.
Yep.
And you just end up with lifelong injuries. Your back's cooked, and sometimes you don't have enough money to show for it.
Particularly that era where they sort of, you know, were professional but not, more like semi-professional in a way, and they took like a lot of damage. The regulations weren't there. Those sort of early generation wrestlers really took a toll on their bodies, bro.
So much corruption where people just weren't getting what they earned and whatnot.
Yep.
Money under the table, getting taken money. Like even Efron's fucking father was taking money from him in that movie.
Crazy, bro. It's a good movie.
But yeah, wrestling as a kid, like I brought this up in the group chat the other day because we were on wrestling, and I just remember wrestling. We had a below ground trampoline, and
Elite.
I had a pillow. It was a Buzz Lightyear pillowcase as well, and that was like you can get that one dirty because you're not going to sleep with it one. It was like a backup pillow. And I used to fight the shit out of that.
Just fuck it up.
I used to just pretend it was people from primary school. I used to pretend like, if I win this fight, my crush will like me.
Yep.
Or like, that always happened.
That's crazy back in the day, doing stuff for a crush, bro.
Yeah.
Like just thinking like, if I can, you know,
If I kick
score
this
this
goal,
goal. Yeah, bro. It's like, you're so deluded as a kid. It's ridiculous.
There's like, that happens so much. Even like tiny little things like, if I win this paper, scissors, rock game.
And you're so sure of it.
Yeah.
If I, you know, heads down, thumbs up, maybe a little cheeky just to initiate a bit of flirting, bro.
Heads
like,
down, thumbs up was the flirt
And then
game.
like when it was like, when you've actually been picked, right? Because say like there's 3 people doing it and your crush is one of them and you've been picked. And you think like, oh God, but then it's like not them. It's like the kind of weird girl that you're just like, your heart
Sometimes
sinks.
you take you get touched and then you're like, you look and you're like, oh fuck. Like, you're a bit shocked.
When it's not the girl you thought it'd be, and it's like you just you realize, I'm where I am.
So I used to do these like fights. I'd make scenarios and whatnot. And then sometimes I did it on a tape recorder. So like I filmed it on my laptop, like early MacBooks.
Like facing you.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd chuck Rey Mysterio mask on.
Yeah, respect that.
And
that's my favorite
looking
wrestler.
back, it just looked like a little gimp mask. Like I'm just running around taking
Not
out
many
this
can
pillow.
pull it off.
No, it was awful. But anyway,
have
love
you
Rey
played
Mysterio.
the game on like PS5, the new one, this year's one or whatever?
Have you?
Nah, I haven't.
I might though.
I wouldn't mind giving it a go, to be honest.
For
I
free
used
would
to,
be
I used to
good.
play the old ones.
Oh yeah,
back in
they
the
were
day.
fun as.
I liked them.
I used to
bro.
love the Royal Rumble.
Then like even the figurines, like we spoke about it before in the rings.
Still got that
and
collection. Probably be worth a bit one day.
Elite,
hopefully.
bro. Honestly,
And yeah, so I would record it on a tape recorder, and you might be thinking, well, how or why do you do that? The reason being is I would commentate my own fights or make a storyline, because you know how a lot of it's scripted and whatnot.
Yep.
I would be like, okay, I'm fighting this guy from school. That guy's going to be the pillow. I'm going to do a finishing move that's going to be this.
You can fuck him up.
Fuck him up. But you know what? I'd always do this. I'm the underdog, right? And I'm down for like 90% of the fight.
And then a miracle.
Bro, I kicked out like 1, 2, and then you kick out.
How many times did you kick out?
Like 7 times in the fight. And when I'd get up, I'd stumble around and shit. I think I used the Batista bomb. Obviously, I couldn't 619, but I used to love Batista. I did a Batista bomb, and then I used to love doing a front flip. I had like like the plastic little house that you could climb up, and I had that next to the trampoline. I do flips off it.
Nice.
I pretended like I was Jeff Hardy and stuff, and then I'd record it, and then I'd even do post-fight interviews. I'd change my voice to be like, you know, the commentator to
like
me,
old mate just before.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mate from soccer.
So, just a throwback to those times, and those tapes are still somewhere. I know it. And if we got access to those, that'd be very embarrassing, but imagine how funny they'd be. I'd even get mates over for specific fights I'd have in my head. So I'd be like, all right, we're going to get this guy over.
Would you let them know beforehand, or was it more springing on them? Like, now you're here.
We'd
Get in the ring.
kind of like say what we were going to do, because if not, we both do a kick at the same time. We kick each other's shins, and then you cry.
And you're thinking, no, you're not winning this, mate. Like,
sometimes though, that this is how I'd do it. I'd let them win the early ones,
and you do the rematch, and
but I'm always winning the last one because
last one wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can win the first two. I'll win the next three.
Last goal always wins, bro.
Yeah. There was a bit of me in school that hated that though, like last goal wins.
Yeah.
Because let's say that you're up 7-0.
Yeah. And then they get a lucky one, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, and they're in your you know how like aggressive and
Kids are crazy,
rude
bro.
they get?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you score the last goal, you're like 7-1 down, but that's the last goal. And then you're like, last goal wins, we win. And in my head, I'm like, you fucking loser. Like, so I'm just not going to do anything all game and then just score the
Wait
last
to the
one
end,
and act like a dickhead.
Oh, I remember like just say you got like a free kick or something,
Yeah.
like playing soccer. I would just think like Tim Cahill, because he was wheat bix, you know, and I would think like, I'm going to be Tim Cahill right now. And you hit it, and I would just think like, fuck, I'm a superstar.
Yeah.
Or like footy, you try and want to be like the players from back then, you know, late 2000s.
But I swear everything that we did as a kid, we'd always imply that it would get girls.
Oh, for sure, bro.
So like, okay, let's say we were playing King of the Pack.
Whoever takes a big pack mark.
I just always thought that the girls were off watching.
Yeah.
Like, no, always. So every time I'd go on lunch break, I'd finish my food and I'd be like, okay, who's watching today? And then maybe like 2 girls would come up to the oval.
Would yours be whoever grabbed the ball first was the captains or whatever? Ours worked like that. So sometimes kids who did not deserve to be captained, like as a collective group, we'd be like, oh.
Yeah. I can't remember how we chose teams, but King of the Pack was like the normal one. And for people elsewhere, it's King of the Pack. It's not Jack and the Pack or whatever.
It's King of the Pack.
Anyway, but the way we did it, and I think I've said it before, is like the king would kick it from the goal square out into like 40 meters out or something. There'd be a big pack.
Yeah.
If you mark it, you can take a set shot.
Yeah.
You have to kick it to be king.
Nice.
Or
I like that.
Or if the ball comes off hands, it's whoever kicks the goal.
Yeah.
So that got me as like a crumbing player into the game, which was good.
That's what disappoints me in footy. If a big hanger's taken within goal scoring range and then they miss it, I like take marks off the mark for some reason. It's just in my head. I don't know why.
You say
I know
you
it's
can't
not
finish
fair.
it, you know, what's the point?
But we used to even do like our classes were M and W.
Yep.
You know, class wars.
Okay.
You go against each other, which was fun. Try and put some pride on that.
But it's so funny, just crushes and stuff. Like I look back on some of them and I think, why, oh, why?
Yeah.
But your little brain that hasn't even hit puberty yet.
That's the one, bro.
Like you can't even compute that like there's anything wrong with them.
And then you come to high school for our high school, and you know we both were similar, and we just played sport recess and lunch for 6 years straight. And then you realize that's not a thing anymore, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Now what? How do you impress girls now?
All of my social, even I remember we were in like year 7 or 8 and it was Illumin Day or something like that. It was basically a day where the school becomes like a carnival.
Lumen Day was magic.
Everyone's happy. There's stalls. Everyone can, you know, it was good fun. And there was like a 40-minute period where everyone was on the footy oval. And I just had the best time of my life, like kicking outrageous goals.
Yeah.
And there was a group of girls watching and they were all laughing. But they were laughing because they're like, definitely weren't talking about me. But in my head, I was like,
You're thinking
I've put on a clinic.
in front of them.
And in my head, that's all they're thinking about.
They might not have, were they even looking?
Probably like at someone else.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. That's elite, bro.
Just and then I think I've told this story before. I was in primary school on the way to swimming carnival, and like I always had this dream of this girl's leg touching mine. Like we had to sit next to each other on the school bus, and if our legs touched, that's just like heaven.
Yeah.
But that's like the extent of it.
I remember thinking like in primary school we had seating plans.
Yeah.
And if you got stuck next to like your but like obviously the other end of that is you get stuck to someone who there's nothing.
Yeah, I never got
No
stuck with anyone I
chemistry.
liked.
But like if you did get stuck next to a crush, which I don't think I ever did, I was never like really lucky with that shit. But like just the thought and fantasy of it was magic, bro.
You know what else is funny? We had this thing called Warm and Fuzzies where you basically at the end of the school year, your teacher would say, all right, you're going to get a random name out of a hat.
You gotta write
and then you got to
something.
write something
That's
to them
nice.
and hand it back, whatever. And you're not supposed to know who it was. And I remember once this girl who I'd never like thought of in like that way before just said, like, you're cute. You are cute.
That's done, bro. That's marriage.
So then in my head, I'm like,
that's marriage.
well, now I like you. I've never thought of you before.
Yeah.
You're above me as well.
Crazy.
Was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, bro. And year above was like forbidden for like, or like 2 year above.
Yep.
And then I remember getting to Lumen in year 7 and then you see, Jesus, scared the shit out of me. Seeing like, you know, some of the year 8s, the 9s and even like the 10s.
Yeah.
And just being in awe.
Oh,
Like there's a few we talk about.
there was like a
You're gonna know.
yeah.
Is that how you spell it?
No, with
But whatever, you know what
or an E.
But just like I used to just think angel.
It was like
I used
you
to
and
think
I
she was an angel.
specifically,
Yeah.
We weren't even mates in year 7, 8, 9.
Nah.
But when we came together in
And
year
then
10, we talked about the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, and we had similar like tastes and
Yeah, it
similar.
was the same people that we had.
I just saw them as like angelic, bro.
And then it was funny when you'd mention someone that wasn't in my like 4.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, they're 5.
Yeah, and
Like,
you open up the realm. It's man.
fun time.
And you're just like unknown, bro. Like no one gives a fuck about you. And then there's just like
So
these year
unknown.
9, and you're just like dreaming, bro. You're just like, man, imagine if she like
That's
looked
like
at me, bro.
in the latter
I
years of
kissed her,
school,
bro.
because like I was pretty antisocial at school. When it like I don't know, early years I just stuck to my like small little group, and then I started to expand. But I was never ever like good with girls in school. And then when we released Hiking with the Lads, that video went around the school.
That did.
So
We were school famous.
This was you, me, Brog, just
Year
having
10?
fun, right?
I think we were in year 10.
Yeah. And it was like shit camcorder. We did Hiking with the Lads 1. That got a bit of traction around school. And people were saying like how funny we all were. And I was like,
It was crazy, bro.
we've made it. That was making it for like our childhood, was
Yeah.
getting recognized at school.
Yeah.
No one ever talk about you at school unless you're like the hottest guy in the year, the fastest guy in the year.
And even the problem with being the fastest, that died out once you hit like year 9-ish or 10. Like that's a primary school accolade.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy
you
times,
had
bro.
to be a certain type of guy to get attention in school. Otherwise, if you just had the skills, you have the skills. But I developed them over time.
What a time to be alive, man.
Great memories. But yeah, I'll try and find the tapes and whatnot,
Yeah.
because they were crazy. And some of the names that'll get exposed are people that I was like bashing up for fun.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck them.
I'm pretty sure there was also a tape where I lost as well. Because, okay, let's say I did it on a Wednesday afternoon after school. Then on Friday after school, because Fridays were the best, I got to go to the canteen. We had heaps of sport on. You come home, I go and wrestle, and then the footy's on.
Footy's on.
What?
Crazy, bro.
Best Friday ever. And yeah, I basically lost this fight, and then I teed it up to be, okay, your comeback fight for the world championship is on Friday night. And if you win, Monday on school, she's going to come put her hand out and you kiss her on the hand. Like that's just in my head, that's what's happening.
That's
It's
a
just-
dream, bro.
it's
That's
so
a
funny.
dream.
Send us, if you're male or female, send us the crushes you had in school, or like the funny stories that you had with
Obsessions,
them,
whatever.
the obsessions, the things that you thought you did that made you more important to them,
Yeah.
where they didn't care.
Or just like even like a hot teacher, bro.
yeah.
Just thinking like, imagine if they liked me.
yeah.
Do they like me? Crazy, bro. I was in love with at least like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
like in love, bro.
The science behind it and the way the brain works is truly remarkable.
Thinking that this like 25-year-old hot woman is going to like me, 13.
yeah, it's
So what is wrong with me,
it
bro?
is so absurd.
Fucking freak.
It is so absurd. All
But
right.
it's just so you're so excited to show up to class, bro. Like,
So let us know,
God
guys.
damn.
Send it in. And when I say send it in, think of it, DM us, and you'll be on next week, providing it's good enough. But yes, we had a hit talk and a hit reel. What do we call the reels?
Dunno.
Rowdy reel. I don't
yeah,
know.
2 Miller.
2 Miller on Instagram. Thanks to Fraser King. We're about to go into his voice message because we actually stuffed it up, but it also made it better.
I think our stuff up is the better version of it.
Let's go.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the potty, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
All right, so Fraser King has sent this in, and he's the one that sent in the original, if you could bank $5 million, but you have to go missing from your girlfriend for a month, would you do it? And then the bit that we kind of left out was, no, you cannot tell them that you left to get the money, and you can't give them any excuse. Now, this is what he said.
It's too late now to tell the audience, obviously, but actually between you guys, the question was, if you get the $5 million, you can never tell her I was like an excuse. You just have to come back and expect that she forgives you. Like, you can't say I was at war. You can't say I was kidnapped. You can't say I was getting you $5 million. You can't even incentivize her with $5 million. Yes, she can indirectly reap the benefits later on, but actually she's, in theory, just going to have to forgive you for going MIA for a month with no context at all.
I get it.
Then he's got a little comment here saying there's a high chance of you being dumped. So that's the risk versus reward of the $5 million.
But I'm just thinking, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have $5 million.
Yes.
And so then I'm going to have to comment on the fact that I have $5 million.
At some stage, yeah.
Because she's going to know that I have $5 million as my girlfriend.
Yeah, she'll see the spending.
So what do I
that
say?
you're
Oh,
doing.
I won lotto.
Yeah, well, you can't make any mention to that time. So you'll probably have to say you won it on a multi or something.
Fucking hell, bro.
It's a hard one. So basically the way we were saying was like, okay, yeah, we're doing it. We're coming back. And then we're saying, look, it's okay. We're alive. I've got all this money. This is going to be awesome. But in actual fact, you're coming back and then she's going to ask you all these questions.
You're just gonna,
and you have to
so
say,
you come off as a dog, bro. You're going to go,
yeah, you say,
I
no,
don't want to talk about it.
I can't talk about it. That's how I'd say, look, I just need you to understand that I can't say anything that's happened. Just know that everything's okay. But then
Our version's better.
yeah, but
that's how good we are.
There's going to be all that doubt in her mind or his mind, depending on, you know, who saw it. Some of the comments were funny.
Yep.
Like someone was like, oh, you get $5 million and a girlfriend.
Some people said, can I go for 3 months?
Yeah, someone was like, can I do this for life?
That was funny. It was a
And-
great question. We appreciate it, Fraser. He switched on. He always contributes.
Knowing that, I wonder what the people would do, because on our poll, it was about 80% yes, they do it.
Yeah.
So now it might
I
be
don't
at
think
like
that
50.
version would have done as well.
It wouldn't have done as well on TikTok, on like
I think our version
socials.
did as good as it could do. Yeah.
But we also worded it wrong in there too, because I think we did mention the fact that you can't. It's weird. Everyone else didn't notice that it was wrong, and they went along
Sick.
with it.
I love it.
It's funny, if you act confident in something, people just believe you.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we just read it wrong in the moment, but like we still smashed it,
Yeah.
and got lots of views. So that's all our worth comes down to at the end of the day.
I think I'd even just cut it out. I think I just made the TikTok what I wanted it to be.
right.
Now that I think about it, I don't give a fuck, bro. It hell worked. That's sick. So good when we're wrong, we're right.
But
bro.
maybe we can pop this out as well. It won't do anywhere near. I reckon it will get like 50,000.
Yeah, maybe.
But then I just want to, I'm really curious to know what the split would be now. What do you think it would be?
I don't know, because I don't think it's as good a question, because like he's saying you just can't mention, like he needs to clarify how am I going to explain this $5 million?
And that's the thing.
I can't. So that
no.
doesn't make sense really.
No,
And
no,
is
but
he
that's-
saying I can't even buy anything for it at all?
No,
Right?
no,
Because
no,
he said you can't reap the benefits.
No. You can reap the benefits, but she's not allowed to know where the money's come from. So you've got to like play this game or hide this thing.
Yeah.
There's so much money there.
know. It's a weird one, eh?
It's like you can give the money to lots of other people, but you want it for yourself and you want it for your next, for your life. It's a tough one.
It's tough, bro.
But you'd probably do it because the money.
The money's crazy. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But then would your partner stay with you?
It's going to create some arguments, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Is it worth it?
It's going to create a few headaches, mate.
We'll leave you with that, guys. We'll let you know how our weekend goes and if we won any money. If not,
I think we'll be good.
The Oracle name may be stripped from me until...
It's only stripped if you go, like, if you hit none.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
then it's stripped for that week and then you have to earn it back. I think that's a good way to do it.
But yeah, we'll check in with you guys next week. Much love. Get back to us. Send us some DMs. Let's get these numbers back up and we'll see you next episode.
Thank you for listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Make sure to subscribe to the boys on YouTube and share the podcast with a mate.